Hello, listeners, and welcome to Pony 411. This is episode 117. I am Nemesis, and joining me again is Alca7raz.
Yo.
We have a special episode today because, well, we have an episode of Friendship is Magic, and we have friendship games. Yes, it is, September 27th that week. And, yeah, we also got a little bit of news.
A little bit. Surprisingly little.
Yeah, but there's a couple things. Well, there's not a whole lot of actual news. Some of it we kind of have to talk a little bit in depth of.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you want to follow along with it, go to pony411.libsyn.com/show notes. That's LIBSYN. So let's get started because it's probably going to be a bit packed.
Yeah.
Conventions. The Thai PonyCon will be back in 2016 on March 19th and 20th. I'm not sure how many of you are going to be able to go to that, but
yeah,
there you go.
Out of the way for our standard listeners, I think.
Speaking of being out of the way, though, Japan PonyCon has also announced the date and place of their 2016 convention. It will be at the Narita Excel Hotel Tokyo in Chiba, Japan, on May 4th through 5th, and I hope I got all that correct.
Yeah.
Someone's probably going to correct me.
Yes.
Or someone's going to correct me, and then someone else is going to correct them. And
then it's going to turn into this whole mess of everyone correcting each other.
No. Anyway, in
a
more local-ish,
a little bit more local
convention, PonyCon NYC has announced many things for 2016. Their location, the Grand Prospect Hotel, the date, February 13th through 15th, and some of their guests, Shannon Chen Kent, Tony Fleeks, and Andy Price.
Neat.
Also, tickets are on sale at a limited time discount price.
So get on that.
Yes, if you're going. Or planning on going. In fandom news, and I guess other news, because this is one of those. This is kind of that nebulous area of kind of fandom, but
I think we're saying it's community related.
It's kind of a attachment to the fandom forever now.
Yes.
The crowdfunding for them's Fightin herds is a go. They have also popped up on the Steam Greenlight. There are several videos, some background info, and a new character that has been revealed. Oh, and some stretch goals that have popped up, including Linux and Mac ports, and if they get really a lot of money, console ports.
Yeah, that's potentially in the future. They've also, one of the higher tiers that is confirmed is a new character, the GOAT.
And if you get even higher tier, that character also get its own stage and everything.
Yep.
And as of this recording, they're almost halfway there on their initial goal.
Yep. It's a lot of money, but it's it makes sense considering how much they're doing.
The new character is the obvious Rainbow Dash replacement.
Yeah, at least for her moveset.
Yeah, because this character flies.
Yep.
With it, Tianho. It's a half dragon, half horse.
Yep, it's a half breed.
So far, I actually like the unicorn. And it's not just because it's the Twilight Sparkle. It's actually kind of neat because of the whole,
she's like
Unicronomicon thing.
Yeah.
I think that's interesting. The whole, hey, we're going to use this dark magic to do good things. I like that sort of stuff.
She's the rebel.
Yeah. Anyway, in actually fandom stuff, sort of, the Gameloft game has added several new ponies, including the previously known Tree Hugger. They've also supposedly rebalanced some stuff to allow new players to get to the new content quicker. I'm not sure if this is actually true, or if their idea of rebalance does not match my idea of rebalance.
Yeah, that's probably what it is.
But yes.
Either that or they just made it quicker to enter your credit card information.
Also, weirdly enough, I found out recently apparently Gameloft just closed down a studio of theirs in Seattle. So apparently Gameloft's actually not doing too hot.
Yeah.
See, I wonder why. It's just do nothing but Farmville clones constantly and then wonder why people don't want to pay money.
Yeah.
Anyway, in merchandise news, the Funko Hikari Rainbow Dash is getting an exclusive New York Comic Con variant. Only 600 will be made.
Yeah, there's like a rainbow translucent one.
Yeah, and you're not going to get it.
Nope.
Not unless you're willing to shell out a ton of money.
I do not have that kind of money.
Unless someone who's going there and is willing to buy it for you.
The only person I know who even lives in that would probably not. I don't know, it's worth asking, but I don't even have the other versions.
Yet.
No, I probably won't get them. I don't know, they look kind of weird. The pose is weird. But they're kind of neat.
Anyway, in other merchandise news, Hasbro's third quarter conference call has been scheduled for October 19th. And as we know before, these are kind of hit and miss whether or not they actually have anything we care about.
Yeah, sometimes
we've gotten stuff like movie information out of them, but we have also gotten absolutely nothing except, oh, hey, ponies are doing pretty well right now, or ponies are doing less well than they were last year, or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's something.
It's something.
We'll find out soon. In comic news, Andy Price has shown off his work on the cover of the Art of Equestria book. So far, it's just pencils, but
Yeah.
it's shaping up to be something neat. And Friends Forever number 21 is getting a New York Comic Con exclusive cover.
Yay.
Not sure how limited that one is, but there you go.
Yeah.
In Equestria Girls news, surprisingly, this came out. It's weird.
Yeah.
Friendship Games is getting a theatrical release in the UK
Yes.
on October 23rd, long after it airs in North America and even after it gets a home release in North America.
Yeah, this is like kind of late there.
Yeah, well then. How about that?
Yeah.
I
Don't know why it's always
like,
so late.
I'm just weird because like a large chunk of the people who go to the theaters have already seen it by this point
Yeah.
through the internet, and well, I guess the intended audience haven't probably.
Yeah.
Probably.
One thing.
Some of them are pretty tech savvy,
Yeah, some of them are.
so they might just, oh hey, there it is, I found the movie.
Yeah.
But it might do well, might not. But yeah, it's kind of weird. It's only doing a theatrical release in like so far one country, as far as we know.
It might be a good excuse for all the UK meetup groups to have a meetup.
Why not? Why not? Anyway, in Friendship is Magic news, the episode Scaremaster got officially revealed this week, after iTunes accidentally released it early.
Yeah.
Whoops.
Yeah, whoopsie daisy.
Yeah, it's out there. Yeah, it's off iTunes. It's been replaced with the correct episode, but it's out there. Because once it's on the internet, you can't delete it.
Yep, you can't do it.
So just, so yeah, spoilers. If you haven't watched it yet, though, the synopsis is Fluttershy decides to face her fears and take part in Nightmare Night with her friends. And it will air on October 31st like everyone thought.
Yeah. Did you actually make a comment on, like, oh, hey, Fluttershy's there when we saw the preview for it?
I believe so.
I believe you made a comment on it, so that is actually important to the episode.
Sort of. But it's just kind of a odd thing because iTunes screwed up. The episode's out. There's a lot of you who have watched it, a lot of you who haven't. I watched it. Alpha has not. So, yeah, we're not going to talk about this episode until when it airs officially. So, yeah, we won't hear our thoughts about it for over a month.
Yeah.
And in other news, Friendship is Magic, many things have leaked out from season 1 and 2 of the show, including concept art, maybes, and could have beens. And some other things that you be using in any potential animations that you may be working on would be very, very bad idea.
Yeah, from what it looks, it was an actual asset leak.
Mm-hmm.
Season 1 and 2, full-blown asset leak.
Mm-hmm.
Similar to what happened with that one episode a while back.
I was like, everything's there, but there's still quite a big chunk, including concept art and whatnot, and also early designs, including prototype cutie marks and prototype characters. Like Twilight is much more bluish.
Yep. The one that's been floating around a lot, the graduation image.
The weird graduation thing, which of course people are losing their minds over.
Yeah.
What could have been? We don't know. Maybe this was just a thing that happened.
It could have just been a concept art.
It could have been a concept or a story idea that was quickly abandoned.
Yeah.
That happens. Remember, a lot of ideas come up and then go.
Yep.
And there was, I saw Dash's cutie mark was just the rainbow lightning bolt, no cloud at one point. It was massive too.
Yep.
And she had blue eyes.
Yes, that was interesting. She had light blue eyes.
Good thing they changed that.
Yeah.
But Twilight still has purple eyes and purple coat, but they're two different shades.
Yeah.
It was just, for the most part, most of the characters pretty much from that concept art to final kind
there
of
was a
pretty
couple...
much stayed the same. But there was a couple weird things. Like I think like one of them, like some of them had bigger cutie marks. I think that was the thing, was their cutie marks were initially bigger, but they shrank them down for the final show.
Yeah.
And Twilight's was a lot like Luna's or Trixie's in that it's got the moon thing. Well, Trixie doesn't actually have a moon. It's a magic thing. But at one point, Twilight's was a star with a crescent moon. I think people want... That resembles something in the real world.
You might not want to use that.
It could go bad.
Yeah.
So they changed it to the actual 6-pointed star, which...
Yeah, the one we all know now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, that is actually the news.
That is it. That's the news.
Not so much. Like I said, a couple things we had to go, but yeah, not so much. But we do have the new Friendship is Magic episode.
Yes.
This one is Made in Manehatten.
Manehatten.
Yes. In this, well, it starts off with Twilight bored in her library because, well, she's read all these books and she wants something to do. And then, well, Rarity's freaking out because the map's telling her to go somewhere, and Applejack shows up, and Twilight's all excited until she realizes she doesn't get to go again. So, whatever. She'll just stay home bored.
And read her books.
Yep. Applejack and Rarity go to Manehatten, and Applejack is a little skittish about this whole Manehatten thing.
Apparently she doesn't do good with crowds.
Crowds and fast
Lots
moving.
of people.
But Rarity's all for it. They're wandering around trying to figure out what they need to do because, well, there's a lot of ponies in Manehatten.
Yeah.
They're trying to figure out what they need to do, and they finally realize it because Coco Palmel apparently needs help, and so they go to her, and she's trying to put on this like community stage thing, like
a play.
Yeah, it's a community play thing, and it's not going very well because no one's volunteering. So Applejack and Rarity help, but it turns out to be overwhelming amount of work, and well, Rarity doesn't have too much of a problem with the dresses and whatnot. Applejack has a bit of a problem because she has to pull weeds and mow and reinforce the stage, and it just gets so overwhelming.
Fix up the entire park.
Work. Yeah. In fact, the stage even collapses and almost kills an actor. But they're like sitting there like, how do we do this? This is gonna go bad. And then they decided to scale down. Applejack just built a new small stage out on the street, and they just started performing the play, and ponies started sitting down and watching, and
the play worked.
The play worked out, and they got the community bonded together because that was the big problem. Was the community just wasn't there really? They were strangers living next to each other.
Yep, they all thought they didn't have time.
Yeah. So then they figured out the mission accomplished, and they went home.
Yep.
The end. Easy.
Yeah.
This was actually, I think last week's episode was better, but this was still a fun episode to watch. I enjoyed it overall. Coco Palmel returning was nice. There's a lot of little things all throughout the episode that were really fun.
Mm-hmm.
The voice acting was real well done. A lot of the faces in the show were
not as much as last episode, but still a bunch of good ones.
I disagree. I think that the faces are on par with last week's episode in many senses.
I think they were more in the last episode personally, but
overall just a really fun episode. I think my biggest problem though was it kind of felt really sudden how they just kind of solved everything. It's like they're like, oh no, it's overwhelming, we can't have time, and then all of a sudden it just really kind of really jarring. Kind of felt like I don't think the actual. I think it was more of a pacing issue. Just all of a sudden we fixed it.
Yeah, it's almost like we missed a couple steps between Applejack not being able to clean up the park and her building the stage.
Yeah, it's kind of like weird. It's kind of weird pacing issue. I think it was a little jarring and just felt disconnected. It worked, but it was barely.
Yeah.
But the rest of the episode was still fine and fun even. And just Coco Palmel, she's back.
She's back. Being herself.
Yeah. Including taking one of Applejack countryisms serious, literally.
Yes, that was
I don't
fun.
wear boots. It's an expression.
My calves.
It's a figure.
Yeah, I'll mostly echo your statements on that. It was a good episode. Not as the last episode's a little bit interesting for me personally, but yeah, it wasn't as interesting as the last episode. There wasn't as much going on, but it was still a really well done episode. It's a lot lighter, I'll say that. A lot lighter of an episode,
which is weird because it's one of the first ones with the map in a while actually. Since I think the Dash and Pinky one actually.
It was. I think Griffinstone was the last map episode.
Yeah, so I guess the next one. Logically, the next one would be Fluttershy and Twilight.
Mm-hmm. She finally gets to go somewhere.
Turns out it's a dump or something. I don't know.
Oh.
Turns out it's a place where books are banned. Scorched Earth policy.
We'll see the return of Fire Twilight.
Except with alicorn powers.
Oh, that's just scary.
Scorched Earth. It's all over. But
yeah.
I'm trying to think.
There was one really, really funny reference.
Mm-hmm. Oh, there's actually several good ones.
Yeah, but one of the really funny
ones.
The
best one.
They made a Charlie Brown reference. 2
within one scene.
Yeah. Rarity had her friendship advice stand.
Yeah, she had a wooden stand. And it doesn't work. She just, good grief.
Oh, good grief. But during the whole thing, there's actually a pony who walks across who is a Charlie Brown pony. Yeah, has the hair, has the shirt with the zigzag, and has a football for a cutie mark. Yep. It was great.
That was really nice, and it didn't click until she said "good grief" or what it was.
Oh, good grief!
I saw because I think it partially was distracted by what was on the sign for the stand because oh look, Rarity, Applejack, heart in the middle. It's like you guys are messing with us, aren't you?
Oh, that wasn't even the best one.
Yeah, that wasn't. And then towards the end of the episode, we got Applejack and Rarity looking at each other, and it's like you guys are really messing with us, aren't you? No, they're just friends.
I was actually hoping for more of them messing with us like that, just to try and take the focus off of last episodes.
Yeah, it was
but
interesting.
It was funny.
And there was a pony selling hats on the street, which Rarity stopped a sale because that hat was awful for that pony. She gave her a free one. And the pony who was selling hats looked a lot like the puppeteer pony from Inspiration Manifestation.
Yeah.
A lot. Like the same model, same hat, and everything, but different colors. So it's like, are they related? I don't know. Maybe. Or is it just
Maybe.
asset reuse?
Changelings.
Oh, jeez. Not again.
Changelings are in Manhattan.
Can't explain it. It's changelings.
Yes.
Oh, the bit when Applejack was having to fix up the park, and it's just, you see just how overwhelmed she is, because she's like pulling up all those dandelions, and oh, look, that's a lot of work done, and then you barely even touched it. And then her hat's getting more and more ruined as it goes on.
Completely destroyed that hat.
Which, man, I remember when the fandom theory was
that hat was severely important.
Yeah, it was super special to her, and
turns out
it hasn't been special in a long time. For one, they had that one video, which she just won in a country fair or something, and then it turns out she has a whole bunch of hats.
Yeah, she has a closet full of them.
And so we actually see her hat get destroyed, and then Rarity replace it with a new one after tossing it.
Bought from previously mentioned Hat Pony.
Yep. Buys her a new Stetson.
Yep.
And it also is interesting, the stage collapsing. Just, I haven't tried to reinforce it!
Yep.
Dive tackle.
Yeah, at least she's good at that.
And also, there's some of the background, the incidental ponies in there around who are just like New York stereotypes. I'm walking here. I'm trotting here. Exactly. Yep. That sort of stuff.
You are not trotting. That was not a trot. I'm sorry.
Just New Yorkers. Only thing missing is pizza. Big old slices of pizza you have to fold in half.
Yep. New York style. Now I'm hungry.
Oh, you can wait. And what was it in the beginning, though? It was just Twilight's bored of books. Then again, she's read them all, so it makes sense.
But she could read them again.
Oh, the other reference in the beginning was Spike was reading an Archie comic.
Oh, yeah.
It was very clear because you see the crown,
which
actually used to be a common style, but it's now just synonymous with Jughead.
Yep.
And then Twilight starts reading it. It's like,
no, I have books. I have books. Right.
Comic.
Right. Much to Spike's dismay. Well, at least that one didn't suck them into an alternate world.
Well, if it was the Archie world, it wouldn't be a huge deal.
This is true.
Unless it was the Punisher crossover issue.
Oh boy.
That happened.
That did happen.
Apparently there's now actually an Archie Transformers crossover coming up soon.
Didn't they make Archie Sonic as well? Because it was the same publisher.
I think there was.
I'm pretty sure there was an Archie Sonic crossover.
Yeah.
We don't need any more of that in this fandom.
No.
And that's coming from a Sonic fan. I loved Sonic.
Yeah, I noticed in this one Coco Palmel wasn't as quiet as she was in.
No, she was quite talkative.
Yeah. Well, it's not so much talkative. It's more like she just had a very quiet voice in the first time she appeared. This time she's a little bit louder, and it sounds like she's actually got a confidence boost because she's not working under a horrible boss.
Yep. It really does make a difference.
Mm-hmm. Which is good. She's still like that, very quiet, and oh boy, some of the faces she did and stuff is gonna be oh boy. And Philly Coco.
Oh yeah, she had the photo album. So yeah,
when she was talking about the old neighborhood thing and who used to run it, and then she moved away, and she was just talking about how she loved it, and then other ponies loved it, but nope, they don't have time for it.
Nope, they don't have time for it.
But yeah, it's just oh boy, Coco Palmel Philly version is going to take over, isn't it?
I'm waiting for tons of fan art.
That's the two takeaways from this episode: Coco Palmel is a Philly, and Rarajack.
Rarajack. There was also that one scene with Rarity collapsing into Applejack's.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that one. It's
arms, quote unquote.
Someone's gonna make some slight tweaks to that, aren't they? Just some small ones, like a fancy dress and a tuxedo or something.
Hey, I prefer Rarajack over Raradash. So
and Rarity made Applejack carry the box of stuff.
Oh yeah, and then hit her in the head with it.
Although it was kind of weird initially, they didn't really touch on this that much. I thought that was going to be an important theme throughout the episode, but we see this like Applejack's nervous about being in the city.
Yeah, I was
in the beginning thing where they just got there and her actually knees are knocking together because her legs are shaking. And then that just kind of disappears. I was like, oh, that's kind of a lost plot thread, isn't it? Almost feels like there's going to be more to it, and then they changed something.
It does have an interesting feel. I'm wondering if they were and what they were going to do with it.
Yeah.
It's also interesting that we haven't seen. She's been in Manhattan before, and we never saw it before.
Twice now. She was there for that first time with Rarity takes Manhattan, and then that one time she was a Philly, and when she realized she has to go home and get her cube.
Yeah, and they didn't actually make any references to her being nervous or having issues dealing with that. So
It's like it popped up and then disappeared real quick.
yeah, so that's
Although
a bit
It
interesting.
was funny that scene right after where you get that overhead view of her bumping into a pony. Excuse me, sorry.
Yep. That also reminds me, right in the beginning, they did make a reference to the last Manhattan episode. Rarity takes Manhattan.
With her
the
spinning
song.
on the...
She jumps on, it looks like the same exact lamppost, too. And she quotes a line from the song, which is followed by one of the best scenes ever. Applejack in her eyebrow.
Yep, just creak. Applejack in her eyebrows.
Applejack in her eyebrows. Yep.
Eyebrows are eternal.
Applejack, Princess of Eyebrows.
Yep. Remember that fic?
Remember that one we featured a while back?
I still would believe that would be the case if that happened.
Crap, we need to make your princess something. Eyebrows. Or that one scene from the latest anthology with the eyebrow chasing everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So I'm pretty sure they're clearly well aware of everyone of Applejack and eyebrows now.
Applejack's eyebrows.
This was a fun episode. It
was fun.
Last week's was better, but this one is still really good.
This was just light. There wasn't a huge amount of meat to this episode.
Yeah, it was fun.
But it was still definitely a good watch.
Mm. It's not like I hated it.
No,
not like I even thought it was mediocre. It was fun, and I laughed several times, and yeah, it was a fun episode. It's just last week's was just kind of a better showing because they went crazy with that one. This one is kind of more straightforward.
Yep, it was a good episode though.
Yeah, it was fun. So anyway, that is our talk on that. But we have the friendship games talk coming up after this interlude.
We'll always be Wondercolds forever. And now our time has finally arrived. 'Cause we believe in the magic of friendship. And you know, at the end of the day, it is we who survive.
We literally just finished watching friendship games, and
literally,
yeah, it was. I don't know what I expected, but I think I really, really enjoyed it.
Yes, I'm definitely saying this is good. This is like Rainbow Rock's good.
Yeah, I unlike Rainbow Rocks where we had to be real careful because it's so much easier to see it. We're going to go ahead and just drop spoilers right from the get go.
Yeah,
but we did enjoy it for what it's worth. But yeah, just basic, just real quick synopsis stuff. Hopefully,
see
it
how much
opens. Yeah, we talked about those first 10-ish minutes. Although it turns out there was some stuff cut out of that preview some few weeks ago.
Yes.
Yeah, it opens up. We got the Dash doing the whole non-emergency thing with their friends.
The string is broken. Yeah.
And the human Twilight comes to the school looking because she finds those energy anomalies or whatever. Yeah. And then we find out it's Twilight. She goes back to the crystal prep and she goes there and we see her big old string board again. And that's the intro, which was actually a really cool intro.
It was a really cool intro.
And we get back, then the back to the library, the main six from the human world are talking about the friendship games and crystal prep, and we get all that backstory, and then the song with Dash.
Mm-hmm.
Then we have Sunset still trying to figure out the whole magic thing, and she's frustrated, and she writes a pony Twilight who's not responding for some reason. Yeah. And then we cut over to the human Twilight who's she's building something as well. She's building a device, and it apparently will detect these energy anomalies. We see Cadence, and she's trying to encourage Twilight to do something because Twilight's trying to get into this research institute, and she goes to the principal, who's encouraging, quote unquote, to participate in the friendship games. And Twilight's pretty much now has to participate, and she goes along with the other students selected. They go to Candlelight High, and when Twilight gets there, everyone seems to know her, which is weird, right? And then she meets the human main six and
have that scene that we've seen before.
Yeah, we see that where they're like Rarity ponies up, and we saw Dash pony up earlier, but Rarity ponies up, and then she gets drained.
Yep.
Which is weird. And then they see Twilight, and they assume it's the Twilight they know, and then Pinky figures out no, it's a different Twilight. We get that. Sunset and Tyler are out at the statue, And then Twilight's little pendant thing starts doing stuff to the statue, and Sunset touches the statue and, well, apparently hurts. And then the statue it stops being a portal.
Yep.
Which is alarming.
Very alarming.
And then the party happens in the gym, which at first is just kind of no one's really doing much of anything. It's kind of lame. And then Pinky makes it all crazy. And
everything starts going really
awesome.
And
then Pinky's magic absorbed. And then the principal of Crystal Prep comes and shuts everything down because she's an ice queen, I guess.
Apparently.
Yeah, it's just, I guess, the mixer before the actual the friendship games. And then they got the academic part happens next, which is, well, academics, although it's got home ec and wood shop and
all the various
math
things
and whatnot. And Crystal Prep takes that. Barely, but they take it.
Yep.
And then they move on to the more stuff happening. Which one was it? Oh, Fluttershy is nice to Twilight.
Yep. Afterwards, they're talking.
Mm-hmm. But then Twilight's kind of confused. Like, will you be nice to me? And then, well, Fluttershy ponies up and then gets her magic absorbed. And while this is happening, Spike gets loose and
we see portals opening.
Yeah, portals are opening when a jackalope comes out. And Spike chases through all these portals and then jumps into the beam of magic being absorbed. And now he can talk.
Yes.
Now we got, Spike's talking. I was kind of hoping he wouldn't talk. But anyway, then the big physical part of the friendship games happens, which starts off, it's a 3-round event.
A triathlon.
Which it starts with archery, then the roller skating, and then the motocross. And what happens is they got the top 6 from each school who made it through the previous round. Of course, the humane 6, then 6 from the Crystal Prep, including Twilight, because she was the one who basically won at the end.
Yeah.
And it starts off with archery with Applejack and Fluttershy, and I think it's Sour Sweeter's name in Twilight.
Yeah.
And
Fluttershy's not so good.
Yeah. Neither is Twilight, though, which balances out. And then Twilight's sitting there stuck because Fluttershy gets a lucky shot and allows the Canterlot to start the next leg of the triathlon. But Twilight's just can't do it. She's nervous, and Applejack comes over and helps her.
Yes.
And is honest with her, and she ponies up, and then magic absorbed.
And then things happen.
And then the pin is knocked away while the rollerblading thing is going on. That finishes out. And then the motocross starts, and that's when also, and at the same time, there's a tentacle vines coming out of these portals and wrecking havoc with the motocross race and literally smashing bikes and stuff. And it's almost like it's one of those, we won, but almost everyone died.
Well, during the whole motocross thing, Sunset gets hurt. Rainbow turns around.
Sunset gets knocked down.
And Rainbow turns around,
helps her, and that's the loyalty thing.
And that's her loyalty.
And then she just flies and starts punching the vines and stuff because
she can.
And it ends with Canterlot winning, but still, it's like, what the heck was that?
Yeah, and everyone's freaking out.
Yeah, so there's going to be one final event which is going to decide the winners capture the flag.
Yeah.
At this point, though, Sunset also yells at Twilight.
Yeah.
Because, Twilight's trying, it's like, I just want to figure out what's going on. Sunset's just yelling at her because she's messing everything up. And
during that scene, Rainbow gets her power drained.
That too. And then we get to the flag thing, and then we get
the final event.
The final event, and then it's the big old villain song, and the Principal Cinch, the Principal Crystal Prep is encouraging, quote unquote, encouraging Twilight to use the magic against them because obviously they're using it, so why don't we even the playing field, so to speak? And she pressures Twilight hardcore into it, so Twilight opens this thing and unleashes the magic and gets sucked into some magic bubble thing and becomes Midnight Sparkle, which we knew about. And now she becomes obsessed with opening these portals and discovering this magic thing. And by doing so, she is now tearing a world apart, this human world,
literally tearing the berries between the two worlds apart.
Yep. And, everyone's trying to talk her down. It's not working. And then Sunset is able to unite the elements of harmony in a sense. Which would mean Sunset took the place of Twilight in being magic or the focal point.
Yeah,
and because she's the magic of friendship, and she uses that to transform into a angelic thing.
Yeah, it's basically like
kind of the opposite of what she was in the first one.
Yeah, and then an inverse.
And she and Twilight have to fight a bit, and then Twilight looks like she's going to win, but she sees Spike, and Spike's just so sad, and that gives Sunset the advantage. Literally. And Sunset offers Twilight help, take my hand, and brings Twilight down, and everything's fine. And Twilight's apologizing, and things are over. Cinch tries to
get out of it.
since tries to
blame Kent a lot for
and
it.
yeah, then of
That
course
doesn't
everyone
work.
shuts that down pretty quick, and then it ends with Twilight like rethinking her idea of going to this research institute. Instead, she goes to and she decides to transfer to Camelot High.
Yay!
Yeah,
And that's the end, right?
yeah.
And nothing
Of
else
course,
happens
nothing
after that.
important happened. We'll get to that. Yeah. Yeah, like we said, that was really long and rambling. I'm sorry.
It's a movie. There's
It's a
more
movie,
to
so
it than a
but
22-minute
yeah,
episode.
I didn't know really what to expect coming into it,
Yeah.
but I'm not sure if what we saw was there's anything cut from it. I'm hearing lots of stuff. The broadcast version had some stuff cut out. There's going to be deleted scenes. We know that for a fact.
Yeah.
I don't know if we missed anything. We didn't see anything after the credits, but they used the generic credits. They did the same thing with Rainbow Rocks when it aired. So I don't know. We'll see when the Blu-ray comes out, and if there is anything new, we'll definitely talk
Yeah,
about
we'll
it.
definitely have to talk about anything that comes out on the actual
But
disc.
this was really good. I mean, there was one thing which I remember leading up to this. They said one of the things was Sunset was missing Equestria. That didn't really pop up.
No,
really.
it didn't really. I
Which
didn't
I'm
see
like-
that at all.
They threw out a red herring at us.
Don't
Sneaky.
believe her lies.
They're sneaky.
Yes, sneaky, like eagles.
Eagles are sneaky birds. Yeah, it was great. And one of the things I thought was happened didn't happen. Remember, we thought they were gonna like solve that the Flash problem,
Yeah, we thought they were gonna solve that, and,
and
they
nothing
didn't.
happened.
They kept putting
Unless
them
that's in the end
together.
scene, in which case, damn it.
Yeah, unless there's a cutscene.
But yeah, not only did Flash and human Dwight not get together,
She
she
completely
completely
brushed him
shut
off.
him down
Yeah,
like every
was
single time. Like, yeah, whatever.
completely uninterested.
Which gives me hope for the future. It's a fleeting
Or-
interest.
Or not hope, and they don't.
Because, well, let's be realistic about this. That relationship between Pony and human Flash ain't gonna happen.
I don't know.
I
The
said Pony
bridge
and
is
human.
up.
Pony and human. That ain't
Yeah.
gonna happen. That there's just too many variable or nasty little things you can't really work out in that one. You'd have to. The very most you could do is Pony and human, but it looks like they're just
They
straight
might.
up abandoning that one.
Who knows? That still could. I hope they don't, but
Yeah.
they could still try.
I doubt at this point. I think at this point, it seems like they clearly are acknowledging at this point, including voice actors and everything, are now like they're clearly acknowledging that we understand you guys don't like it.
Yeah, well, that doesn't stop them from doing something in the past.
Yeah.
But still.
But I also get that feeling that a lot of them don't like it either. So I've said that, like I know, like
I know
everyone,
you've said it
I know.
before,
I've
too.
seen a lot of the comic people in particular also hate it.
Yeah, well, the comics don't really
I know.
have any bearing.
But you also
so.
get that feeling from a lot of the show staff that they are not really a fan of it either. Just it's there for some reason. But anyway, moving on from that. Yeah, I was honestly. I'm trying to think. There's the songs.
They had
They
a
had
handful
some
of
good ones. Even the one we got from the preview.
Yeah.
The one where Dash is the hype. I guess the pep Dash song thing.
Yeah, the pep rally.
Yeah, that was good.
That was a really good
They
song.
had their one, which we saw way back when it was the montage song of this movie. I've seen every single movie, I think, has a montage song now. Yeah. Every single one has had a montage song. But this one had like two different parts of, each team had their own verse and the whole thing while they're doing the academic part, which that was a really good song. The villain song. Wow. I mean, the harpsichord thing, that was not expected. I mean, I didn't, like I said, we the Friendship Games soundtrack came out. We didn't listen to it, either of us, but I'm going to definitely buy it
Yes.
because, oh my God.
Those are good songs.
Yeah, I'm wondering if there's a song in the end credits. I'm willing to bet, because I remember one of those songs, I don't think it was actually in the movie we saw, so it's probably in the end credits, just like, again, Rainbow Rocks. They cut out the good one and just put in a generic one, and we're not denied us the end scene if there is one.
Deny us the good stuff.
It was interesting just seeing this. What really was just Tara Strong got to be a villain.
Yeah, for a
Well, she
little
gets
bit,
to be a
yeah.
villain sometimes, but it's like Twilight can actually sound like an effective villain.
Yep. That was really cool seeing that at the end. It was a little interesting. The horn they gave her.
Oh yeah, they gave her that weird.
They gave her a
changeling style
changeling style horn, and I was like, wait, are we gonna see? Because there was always the talk. We have Chrysalis EQG dolls now. She didn't ever show up though.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was like, wait. Oh no, never mind.
But yeah, this was the first time they gave one of the humans a horn. They've never done that before because, well, they did it initially. I remember that was the thing. The Equestria Girls are going to do it, but they realized this looks kind of silly. We're not going to do it now.
It did look kind of silly, and so I think Sunsets was a little bit odd. Really long, thin, glowing horn coming off of a human head. It was a little bit weird.
It's weird. I've always said that any horn humanization winds up looking odd.
Yeah.
I think one of the things that people did with the to solve that was just make them give unicorns elf ears when they humanize them.
Yeah.
Just give them elf ears. It works.
Elf
Elves are
ears.
supposed to be magical.
Supposed to be.
It works.
But no, they got ears.
Oh, speaking of ears, I remember that when Rarity went back to human-ish instead of from going down from ponified,
Yeah.
we actually saw her ears reappear, which they've always hid it before.
Yes, they
behind
did.
the ears. So
But
that
no,
was
they actually
our
saw
hair,
it.
I should say. They hid the ears behind the ears.
Yes.
I will say this. I was kind of like, oh, Spike's going to talk. I was kind of looking forward to a movie with him not talking because he's a dog.
Yeah, but I think they did personally, I think they did
Yeah,
a
they
fairly
did
good
fine.
job. They did fine with it.
They had the, you could talk.
Yep.
And he's just saying, yeah, this is new for me too. I don't want to get it. It's just no big deal now. I'm guessing it's a permanent change, if anything.
Yes, because it was still there at the end. He could still talk.
It was nice kind of seeing it was still got Sunset's kind of
Still struggling with
occasionally
because
because she like lost her.
she lost her
it.
cool.
She was mad because at this point someone's messing with her friends, put her friends in danger, put her in danger, doesn't know what she's doing. Yeah, it's just I think it hit just enough buttons for Sunset to just lose it. She's frustrated with herself because she hasn't figured it out yet. So it's just I'm pretty sure Sunset was just not in a good place right at that point.
Yeah, with all that going on, yeah.
Oh, I liked a lot of the little touches during that montage with had to bake a cake and they had to bake a birdhouse and they're one-upping each other like, oh look, it's the Shadow Colt's cake. That's actually really good. The Shadow Bolt's cake. That's actually a really good cake. And then Pinky's like, Psh. It's like, okay, it's a big one. Okay, that's cool enough. It cuts in half and
Mona Lisa inside the cake.
That's impressive. You can do it. Something like, well, not that. I don't think it'd have to be super simple, but you can have a cake that's got a picture in it. I've seen
stuff like that. It's incredibly difficult.
Yeah,
though.
you have to but wow.
Yeah.
There's also another thing we didn't talk about because at the very, very end,
very end,
they're having
After
a
the
picnic in front of the
credits.
statue.
Just a picnic,
I'm not sure why.
because they
Maybe
felt
this
like
was-
they're friends.
Yeah, in front of the statue. That's a weird place to have it. But whatever.
Why not?
Why not in the grass?
Maybe they're reminiscing about the statue.
And they're there, and then all of a sudden the portal just starts shimmering. And boom! Twilight comes up. Pony Twilight.
Pony Twilight.
She's apologizing and talking about stuff. Particularly, she said she's stuck in some sort of time loop. I suspect we know what the finale is now.
Yeah.
And she's just apologizing and just talking about this is the weirdest thing she's ever been through. And then she stops and his eyes just wide open. She and the other Twilight is just staring at each other and while someone's sucking on a juice box.
Yeah.
Well, the second strangest thing I've been through. That was... Yes. This is one thing. This one thing I was super excited for before the previews made it pretty clear that Pony Twilight was not going to appear much. I was like all excited because hey look, the Twilights are going to meet, and they did meet, but not until the very end.
Yeah.
Which now we got fanfic fodder.
Oh boy.
We already had it before. Now we got some definitive fanfic fodder. How do the Twilights react to each other?
How do they react to each other?
We
don't know.
I just wanted a callback to "It's About Time," where it's like human Twilight says, this is not scientifically possible. You are not scientifically possible. And Pony's just like, not again.
Not again. That would have been funny.
One little because they don't mind calling back to other things. They reference there was some reference that I loved, and I'm trying to remember what it was now because now it's all buried in other stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, Pinky had 2 party cannons.
She had 2 party cannons.
Are you sure this is a good idea?
Absolutely. That was a great scene.
Yes, this
I
was.
love that face.
That was weird because most of the movie Pinky was
Yeah.
barely there. I know it's because Twilight and Sunset were the main characters.
Yeah,
of this.
they were. I will actually say that
because the
last few Equestria Girls stuff, I've always kind of had issues with
particularly
Pinky.
with that preview, we're like, this is not
She's really
annoying.
annoying, but overall in the movie she wasn't.
Yeah, they kind of. I guess it's like, okay, I gotta have Pinky's craziness up here, so we'll mellow her out for the rest of the movie. I mean, she had this crazy thing at the end where she's appearing all over the place, but
Yeah.
For the
it
most
wasn't
part,
too overbearing.
they didn't. I was worried about that. The motocross, those are weird. Those are really odd designs. That was actually kind of a cool scene, though, in general.
It was really cool watching the whole thing, but I will say the whole idea of motocross was a little bit weird to begin with.
Which means I would suspect they at least have their driver's licenses if they're letting them drive motorcycles.
I don't think you technically have to.
I know, but
especially
for a school, you'd think they'd kind of err on the side of caution. Do you have a license? Yes. Sunset, do you really have a license? Yes.
Yeah. But yeah, the design for the motorcycles it's like, those look like super futuristic street bikes, not dirt bikes.
Tron.
Except you're on the dirt and doing jumps.
Oh, well.
Oh, well. But yeah, the whole scene.
I almost forgot what
the
when they started opening the cracks in reality, we actually saw Equestria.
Yes.
Including Ponyville. And ponies.
Yes.
There was one, you briefly see a pony just just open mouth, just shock.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's the big old hole in the ground. I almost forgot about that when she just opens a hole in the ground. And it's like they're falling, and we don't see what's below. But we only see big, but it looks like there's a town. It's probably Ponyville.
Probably.
Which like
I can see clouds.
I would have been. I noticed they did not turn into ponies or anything, so it'd be interesting.
Yeah. Well, they also didn't fully cross through.
I know. Well, they're partially through. It'd be interesting to see these humans they're human on the top half, pony on the bottom half, because they're partially in these portals.
So you just go to Derpy Brew and
Then
see
again,
that.
it might not. Who knows that. The portal might have a special spell or something that transforms you into whatever. And this one's just you fall through. Hey, guess what? You're still human.
Yep. Oh boy, human and Equestria effects. Here we go.
Well, it's canon characters, so it'll be fine.
Oh boy.
Instead of author inserts.
Oh, they're still gonna have author inserts.
Well, yeah, but at least right now here it's canon characters, not blatant author inserts.
They'll just put their own in there anyway.
Fanfic writers, no.
The only good author insert is one where no one else can actually tell.
Exactly.
Which makes it not really much of a point.
This was funny. I remember this. There was this is a little thing that has nothing to do with anything except for my trashiness.
You are trash.
Yes, but I remember way 2 months ago, I think, someone drew a picture. It was a kind of a Legend of Korra reference with Sunset and Twilight. It's standing in front of the statue with them holding hands and stuff. I just find it funny this movie ends with them holding hands, and obviously not like that.
Yeah, not like that.
Although I wish it did.
No, but it did end with...
No, the funny part was the description said that we all know this is how the movie is going to end. I'm just like...
Almost.
You were kind of close.
Although there was that one scene right after that where it showed off into the distance and showed
sunset.
the 2 stars.
Yeah, it's like...
just 2 stars, each with their individual colors. It's like,
Shipping intensifies. Especially since Flash got shut down.
Yes. That's the human Twilight, not the pony Twilight.
I know. But it's just, yeah. It's also interesting. Oh, yeah, we could gloss over this Shining Armor appeared. He's an alumni.
He did.
This is a weird thing.
A little bit interesting.
Cadence is the dean of the school, which I guess is like a vice principal sort of thing.
Deans are in charge of departments.
Yeah,
individual departments.
Sort of like a vice principal in a sense.
Sort of.
Vaguely.
Vice principal assists the principal with everything. Deans are specific to this department.
But anyway, so we got Dean Cadence, and then we have, look, there's Shining Armor. He's an alumni. It's like, how long ago was he an alumni?
They don't say, so it could be a while ago.
Yeah, but it doesn't look that old, so it's like...
Well, neither does Cadence.
I know, well, this is going to be fanfic fodder, because, they're together in Equestria, but they don't say whether or not they're actually together really in human world. At least I didn't hear it.
Yeah, I didn't hear any.
We did have a kind of an iffy quality at times.
Yeah.
But it's like, that is potential fanfic fodder for improper things happening.
Yeah, I mean...
Because I remember that was one thing.
But
I remember that about Big Mac and Charlie, because they are vague about whether or not Big Mac's actually a student, but Charlie is clearly a faculty at Canterlot High.
Yeah.
And then we got in Equestria, they've had this maybe not with Big Mac and Charlie.
But, Big Mac's obviously not a student in Pony World, so...
Yeah, but that's the thing in the human world. It's like...
Yeah. It doesn't...
Fanfics
we know
practically write themselves,
time
people.
Is weird.
Yep.
Time is weird
Yeah,
anyway.
we already knew that. We already knew about the weird, bizarre stuff between these two worlds. They also did... I don't know what they did, but there's something... It's better than Rainbow Rocks' animation, which is obvious. But there's some things that just... I can't put my finger on, but it just looks better. Even though there's no, big,
lighting.
duh. lighting's one thing, but there's some
especially
stuff.
the villain
Even
song.
I mean, even with that, but there's some things where it's like lighting's not a big thing. It's like it's out in daylight. There's no real big lighting changes. It's going to be the same, but it still like wound up like something's better.
Yeah, I think
I
it's
can't
just
put my
those
finger on
general improvements. They just got a little
Yeah,
bit better.
I think
over time.
someone actually pointed out they actually are drawing the human bodies a little better, and they're used to the puppets.
Yeah.
And someone said the bodies just in general look better because they're actually adding little things here and there. They're being better also shifting the perspective when they need to. So it's
yeah,
not,
they don't
have
look like
weird
pieces
things
of paper.
yeah, or just all of a sudden bits just kind of line up weird, and it's like yeah.
So improved animation definitely for this one.
And I was surprised they really like played up that whole Twilight versus Sunset thing. Kind of not that surprised, but it's kind of weird how they played it up in some places and now they downplayed it.
Yeah,
Like they're like showing like the only person who had a chance against Twilight in the math thing was Sunset.
Yep.
And she still got it wrong.
She still got it wrong.
Oops. But what was the other thing? And then of course at the very, which is weird because you'd think, well, Twilight and Sunset would be competing against each other again in the, nope, not that part. It was Sunset versus some other crystal prep person in this motocross part with Twilight.
Yeah, it was Rainbow and Sunset versus two of the others.
Yeah. It's and then at the very end with
But they explained that one.
Yeah, that was kind of crazy. We didn't actually hear an actual apology from Sunset, but I think it was implied at the end with offering the hand of friendship. I think that's an implied apology.
Yeah.
Although it was weird how Twilight's eyes also changed. They're like blue.
Oh, that was also another thing you reminded me of. There was one scene where I think it was Sunset was explaining something to Pinky, and and Pinky's eyes just slowly drift away from each other. It's like,
yep, Pinky just checked out.
Pinky's out.
Yep. Oh, this is something I don't understand. Time to think about cupcakes.
Or muffins.
Yeah.
Who did appear a couple times.
Yep, muffins appeared. Yes, muffins.
Derpy.
Including
That was funny when Flash first got shut down.
Yeah, Flash shut down. She just comes up and pats him on the shoulder. It's like, oh.
Aww.
Oh, well.
Another thing that I want to point out, one of the things that we saw a lot when those portals were first opening, that was the Everfree Forest.
Yeah, we saw that, which makes sense. It's a piece of Equestria.
Yes, but we
of
also
Everfree
have
thing.
the Legends of Everfree.
But they've already fixed it, so that's kind of a
I know, but it might come into play. That might be...
Yeah, like we were predicting. Random portals open up. Then again...
We were predicting something like that, weren't we?
Yeah. We were kind of off again.
Yeah, a little.
But we kind of got it right.
Kind of. We'll call it a win.
We got a bronze star. Yay!
Bronze star. So yeah, but that might be the connection. Everfree, it was there. Was things coming out of the Everfree.
Those tentacle plants.
Yep, tentacle plants. Like Venus
probably,
flytrap type stuff.
Yep, probably from the Everfree. I just want to see, if they continue it from, we know they're doing Legends of Everfree. We just want to see how they continue it from here.
Yeah.
Because it's like, we're getting to a point of like, they can't be in senior year forever.
Yeah.
Can they?
Well, I don't know. How long has Ash been 12?
Oh, God. But then, of course, that just would also just make a nasty little continuity snarl. Because we got that eternally the same age thing. And it's like, it's clearly been several years, and yet they're still the same age. Shows do that all the time because it's like, they're afraid of changing anything.
How many moons are you now?
Yeah,
they use that moons. A lot this time.
Oh, God, moons.
3 moons ago. Wait, what?
Oh, God. Oh, yeah, there's also the different outfits. So look, because, hey, look, they're not just wearing skirts all the time now. They're actually wearing pants.
Yay.
Sometimes. Like, Sunset, actually, her whole design, she had a skirt thing, but she also had pants. It was crazy.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
It was a really good movie.
I wasn't sure what to expect, but yeah, it was fun. It was good songs, pretty good plot. It was, it was solid. It made sense. It didn't have weird.
It was cohesive. Mostly.
They even kind of made a little joke about about Pinky just randomly explaining crap for that she should. Well, in the first movie she did that. Twice, and it was dumb.
Yeah,
the
it was bad.
movie, she didn't really do anything like that. This one, she made an explanation that, well, okay, you can actually logically
it was a logical explanation.
make that conclusion if you already have this particular, if you know about all this stuff. And then we had someone else explain it, the one who's very deadpan. And then Pinky's like, wow.
Oh, yeah.
That's a lot to take in.
It's a lot to take in when you say it all at once.
So that, like, they're making fun of themselves a little bit. I don't like that. It's like, I like it when it's like they kind of admit, we made a few mistakes in the past.
Lampshade, yay.
So yes, I just want to see Twilight meeting Twilight. I want to see if there's any. Actually, what's the fourth movie I really want to see is the human sunset. I want to see where she is.
Yeah,
Because now that's the logical
still never.
That's a logical
that.
question because they said they might do it.
Yeah.
So I'd like to see human sunset popping up, like possibly the same exact three. Like they're noticing some weird anomalies here, and okay, then they shut down the beginning. No, we're not going to go through this again.
Stop!
We're going to explain everything right at the beginning, because otherwise, well, things go very wrong.
Yeah.
And we don't know what the human sunset would be like either. Is she going to be like old sunset or current sunset?
We don't know. They haven't even made any sort of attempt to mention it.
Yep.
At least not that we've seen. Maybe there's a deleted scene.
I do want to say also, it was just interesting seeing this version of Twilight this is the one who did not do friendship, and it was very interesting because I remember during the previews a lot of people were just like, oh, she's just like Fluttershy. Not really.
No, she's
just
not.
Awkward.
Yeah.
She's awkward.
She's not shy, she's socially awkward.
She's awkward and she doesn't just want to talk to anyone else because it's just not worth the effort.
Yeah, that was the whole scene with Kate.
Especially when you have someone saying you should really consider not speaking in public.
Yeah. Or there was the scene with Cadence first. Are you sure? You're not going to be with anyone else.
Exactly.
That's kind of the point there.
That's exactly what I want to. Oh. So where's Moondancer?
I don't know. They didn't even show.
That's also Crystal Prep. We saw like the human analogs of Trenderhoof, Fleur de Lis, Surrey Polymer.
Yeah, so it's like they combined the Crystal Empire and Canterlot.
Yep. Whatever.
Except Canterlot High is the other. It's like, no, okay.
So where's Starlight Glimmer?
We don't know.
In Juvie.
Or running some really creepy cult.
Or military. One of those military schools. And she's the one helping run everything.
Oh, boy.
She breaks everyone down so they're all equal.
Mm-hmm. She's drill sergeant.
Exactly. But yeah, that Friendship Beginners movie was really good, and I'm definitely looking forward to watching it again when it comes out on Blu-ray.
Yes, and seeing if there's any pieces that were cut for the broadcast.
Because we got deleted scenes, we got the supposedly cut scenes from the broadcast version.
Yeah, because there were ads in the broadcast version, so they may have cut things.
Cut things. We don't know for sure. It didn't seem like it, but they might have cut a few minor scenes.
Yeah.
And that was it. If you haven't watched it yet, sorry we spoiled everything.
But
I hope you enjoyed it too, because we did, and I'm really now, I want to see Equestria Girls 4 or the series or whatever it is.
Whatever they're going to come.
Legends of Everfree
thing is.
Whatever the heck that is. So, yes, this was the episode 117.
Yes.
We are done.
We're done.
I think.
Yeah, we don't have any fan content.
Yeah. No fan content. We
Too
don't
much
have
other
time.
stuff.
We don't have time, sorry. It'll return probably next week, unless next week kind of sucks too.
Yeah.
But anyway, if you enjoyed it, and you want to hear past and future episodes, go to pony411.libsyn.com. Again, that's LIBSYN. You could also listen on iTunes. Search for Pony411 and subscribe there. You can listen via Stitcher, the Stitcher.com, or the Stitcher apps on iOS and Android. You can also listen on YouTube, youtube.com/Pony411. If you don't want to download anything. You can follow us there, subscribe, like us, comment, cool.
Yep.
You can also listen to us on Ponyville FM every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. Almost got those reversed. Oops. Or there's Ponyville Live. We're on there every single time we get a new episode out. It shows up on Ponyville Live. You can look there. It'll be cool. Every way you can listen to us is cool.
Yes.
And if you want to contact us, though, you can do so via email. pony411podcast@gmail.com. Comments, criticisms, questions. Tell us what you thought of Friendship Games.
Yes.
Tell us what you thought of Made in Manhattan.
Yep.
Why not? Tell us how we were wrong about some news item because we're dumb. I don't care. Just do it. Just don't harass us if you, Please don't harass us. I don't like that. You can also contact us via Facebook or facebook.com/pony411. Like us there. Also, episodes come up there when they come out. You could also contact us via Twitter. At Pony411. Follow us. Tweet us. DM us. Again, also, episodes are listed there when they come out.
Yep.
You could also follow our personal Twitters. I'm at Nemesis Prime 1. He's at Alca7raz with a 7 and 7T and an underscore at the end.
Yep.
I've been tweeting about my car. I hope we get it back soon.
Hopefully.
Hopefully, I need it back because a 30th anniversary is coming up.
Yeah.
Soon. But that is it.
Yep.
Join us next week. I believe it is actually Sister Who's Social, which I just remembered was referenced in Made in Manhattan. So we're going to have another one of those weird linked episodes that aren't really totally connected to each other. So yeah, I got that in the last second.
Yes, we did.
We didn't forget. So tune in next time, where hopefully we don't forget important things like that, because we probably did, because we got all excited about friendship games. So tune in though, and don't forget, please pony responsibly, especially when magic is involved.